Act 1. Life expectancy. Oh, he's holding the logo.
Oh. It didn't look like he was like... The heart was like a piece of bread when I first looked at it. I was like, this is good.
The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably not.
Probably not.
Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good.
Just moving in general.
You're right. Good. Fun is fun. So I walk towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. Grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green.
Green! Green.
Okay. Well,
what?
You just backspace.
Oh!
So, yeah. Filled with green.
Oh, I didn't know I could backspace.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds school would have, more like a park with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things.
Oh, fuck. Ignore the... Okay.
There are no glitches, we are professionals.
Sure.
Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder.
Ugh.
I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself.
What is that? You see that, right? Like that yellow thing in that right there?
I think that's like a banner.
Oh, okay.
Like
you can see your shoulder like right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at my shoulder.
Sexy ass shoulder.
Thank you. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't feel like one. Wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kinda eerie. It makes me wish that there was someone here so I can anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again, how they say the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery?
Blame the red.
That is true. Ellipses. Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with the realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with a bad posture notices me as I enter. Oh, hey, it's me. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be Nikki? Nikai. Oh, that's you. It's weird because we're two voices voicing the same character.
You're my mind.
I'm the voice in your mind? Okay.
Let's go with that.
So you are excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy. What is a sloppy handshake?
Shake my hand. I've had a very... It is...
I picture a sloppy handshake as like very wet and...
Shake.
Oh, your share went down.
And he looks at his watch. I thought that said he looks like a watch. I'm like, what? I mean, yeah, he has two hands and a head, but... The nurse The head nurse asked for you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now.
Should I go later?
Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable that in a situation like this. Somehow not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. I'm a little nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Ooh, choices! You're not going to get a lot of this. You can actually see what my choices were in this, so... You can either choose to go with my stuff or go with your own. I say just go with whatever you feel is best.
I'm gonna be...
Like what you would do in this situation.
Why?
Why do... Oh.
Why do I have... Do I have to? Of course.
Of course not. That's why I asked.
Right.
Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down to the third floor. The third door down to the third floor. The third door down to the third floor. Corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but there isn't any point in worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Follow the teacher into the classroom, look around, partially so I won't have to meet all the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around the in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames, simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school, but then why would they be here? They're probably like me and I have something wrong with them. Only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I notice that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb on her right hand, and it's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class.
Look, it's Peter Griffin.
I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with a really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me with the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute, so is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her at the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hand, and so does everyone else. Except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for the applause I did not deserve. After the applause, there's a brief silence that nobody seems to want to be responsible for breaking. The teacher soon realizes that he should probably say something. He opens up with some unintelligible noise. Shuts up as he loses his momentum and then starts introducing me. Nobody seems to be too interested.
I'm looking at you, Griffin.
I think it's him, like, guy in the front row. He's, like, too cool for everyone else.
But he's in a green suit. I like his...
Every boy is in a green suit.
He's not.
Okay, yeah, but...
They're all wearing green. I approve.
Maybe I should have said yes to the self-introduction thing. Oh, you made a wrong choice!
Shut up.
Probably realizing he doesn't know anything about me. I think that the other choice was like, I probably should have let Muto introduce me. So, he just ends up saying my name wrong again and asks me to write it on the blackboard. I do that and turn back to face the class, feeling awkward. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on in the round with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump.
Oh.
It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She is the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out, and
Do you want me to read?
Please.
The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3.
I'll do the characters. You do yourself.
Hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression.
Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi.
As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with the bright pink hair and cold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat right next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. I'm caught off guard by her laughter.
It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi, I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi, Shi-chan.
What?
Short for Shizune-chan, I believe.
Misha points to the girl next to her, the one that he saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short but yet carefully neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of her dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you.
That's you.
I read that.
Okay. Oh. Why did you open up that?
There we go. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you should be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you.
I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says, it's nice to meet you too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? So yeah, if you couldn't tell, Katawa Shoujo is Japanese for disability girls.
Oh.
Misha looks at me
with a weird expression, then continues.
We don't know much about him, but maybe we'll find out later.
Maybe I should have introduced myself after all. Anything would have given me a better first impression than the teacher's drone of fumbling with my name.
We knew that there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know that you would be here today so soon, He-chan, right?
He-chan?
Yep, it fits, doesn't it?
Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that name. I don't really see how.
It fits! You look just like I imagined.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you look just like a He-chan.
Why does she have a laugh of a burly man?
Because I think that it was during my my playthrough of it, where I just thought that it was. She gets kind of annoying, honestly, and
I wonder why everyone else seems to think so.
I thought that she seemed kind of like the guy from Star Wars that does that kind of laugh.
Oh,
The giant slug guy. I
Okay.
can't remember his name.
Jabba.
Jabba the Hutt, yeah.
Okay.
She reminded me of him.
Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, but their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed.
Or sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it.
Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful, yeah. I just kind of came straight to class today. She looks pissed now. It's like, I'm gonna slap you.
That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there, not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan? Learn about where you... Oh.
Learn about where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems it was like about me. I feel like slumping over my seat, but both of them are smiling. But that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply.
You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test.
Alright.
And another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan.
Goddamn, the music cut out!
Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate.
Bitch, I'ma slap you.
Yep, Shizune is fine.
Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Not really. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she seems like that. Just less so, I guess.
Done! Huh? Oh, right, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should probably be doing that. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. Also, probably the teacher will fail us, but that's second.
Okay. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class.
Okay, everyone put down your pencils.
What? We're boned!
That too.
She looks pissed!
Yeah, get used to that.
Shizune glares at the two of impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message.
After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay?
Assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of both being difficult and unnecessarily long. Yay!
Yay, high school.
So we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. Nah, not really. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who beckons me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby, where I meet Muto, down to the bottom floor. Like everyone in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern to contrast the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate.
It's the cafeteria!
I can see that.
But did you know? It's the cafeteria. This is where we eat the food.
Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets.
God damn it.
How
it's all
not?
tofu.
Yay, tofu! I've never had tofu.
Yeah, I bet it's very bland and tasteless.
No, you can add a bunch of stuff to it, though.
Yeah,
like
I'm sure.
Bananas. And bananas.
But
and potatoes.
Tofu alone, I'm sure it's very
Cranberries.
tasteless.
Probably. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital eating proportion measures with the scientific precision that fits the needs of the patient.
Great job. You opened up the disc tray.
I pick something at random and follow Shizune to a table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me to the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. Why are you pissed? I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite?
Do you want to know something?
What?
This is the cafeteria. About anything. We're your guide, so you should ask if there is something.
I wonder...
I feel very bad about my choice.
Wow!
I was curious, okay? You'll find that...
I want the books.
Okay.
Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gotten to reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again.
There is. It's on the second floor. We can show you sometime.
Alright. Thanks.
Also, my choice would have just ended with you asking about the library anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, I want to ask about her deafness, but I don't really know if that's polite, so I'm going to choose something else for you.
I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very mentally throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something? Ellipsis. I quickly notice a conversation inside that is enough to fill a silence. We arrive at the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark girl I noticed before slumped over her desk at the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. Oh. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. That's... Aw.
I can just see, like, yeah. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to conversate.
Yeah.
I left wondering about her even when the classroom slowly fills with other students, and finally the teacher. Grading into the rhythm of school doesn't feel strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time I spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Okay, I thought Misha was talking to me. That's...
Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today. He-chan, we've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it.
I'm gonna die! Oh wait, the teacher said I'd have to go see the nurse. Where do I have to go?
Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside.
Outside? We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classmen in the same hallways as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building.
This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool.
Oh.
Just for the nurses, though.
How was that official? Stop looking pissed. Just draw a smile on her.
Don't be silly, He-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all of the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow.
I didn't even get an answer yet. Thanks. Bye. Whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I'm walking hoping that it is really only a quick visit like the teacher said.
This looks like a dungeon.
I know. On the white door on the left is a green cross with the text head nurse and a nameplate.
Now we couldn't use a red cross because then we'd be sued.
A voice from the inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. Sounded like a bit of an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large and smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there's at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk.
Hello there, what can I do for you today?
Why?
I don't know, honestly. I didn't even know that I had that voice possible. I'll probably never be able to recreate that, just so you know.
Okay, he's young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples on his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Is that supposed to be a smile?
Yes!
Why is he Professor Oak?
I could make him anything, honestly.
Okay. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard the same question hundreds of times.
Why, yes I am. It says so on the door, no?
Now he's like half Professor Oak, half Mario.
Look, I'm just improvising.
Like, you're gonna, like, put a Mario hat on him now and just gonna...
God damn it, stop making me do things. You can call me by my name or just the nurse like everyone else.
Okay, smiling man.
I'm just going to make him Professor Oak. It's a lot easier.
Okay.
And
put a Mario hat
it's much more consistent and I can kind of pinpoint a voice.
Okay.
rather than whatever I did the first time.
Okay. I shake off my conclusion, realizing I should probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. I'm a new student and my homeroom teacher told me I should come meet you. My name is Hiso Nakai. Did I say that right?
Hisao.
His eyes light up with revelation and he snaps his fingers.
Oh, you're that Nakai. I was just reading your file in the morning.
Why is he winking at me now?
Why is he blushing?
Yeah, why is he blushing?
Your file says some very interesting things about you, Nakai. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? Those were just words. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not even a doctor.
He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. I'm just an old man. That's why I send kids out with balls to capture things to do my journeying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good, well, you've probably been briefed about the whole school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem.
The famous 24-hour nursing staff. This is like a hospital.
Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do any brain surgery here.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad I can't get a lobotomy here.
Shut up.
The joke feels so out of place, and I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that is really weird to have so many medical people out of school.
You'll get used to it.
Oh, gee. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it.
Now let me just find your file again. Where did I put that?
While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and a ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office.
Oh, seriously, where did I put that file?
Even the ridiculous education posters are hanging on all four walls remind me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all food groups.
Wish I had some sort of, storing system, like a cabinet or something where I could put these files.
Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of seemingly thick files and opens it.
Ah, here it is! So, you've already had medication for the arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing?
He grins to his own joke, but I don't.
You know.
Well, I played soccer occasionally with some other classmates.
Alright, I'm afraid you're going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being.
Oh, gee, Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just something to have to do.
Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous for your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea.
Concussion, heart.
Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a brain surgeon.
Clearly. I know.
Damn it, I'm a janitor, not a doctor.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. This thing is just too close.
Well, we can't really do much about this. This is
Here we go.
Was the precious one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers.
Oh, concussion as in actual blunt force, not...
Excuse me, who's the doctor here?
Apparently this person off camera.
Who is the maybe doctor?
Or not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with more serious expression on his face.
Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need to have such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly.
A reading exercise, right?
Huh? No, reading is not exercise. Your brain is not the muscles you need to be exercising.
Okay.
Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe. There is a pool here.
So I was told.
You were? Very good. At any rate, and I'm sure you've been told this before, you just need to take care and not overexert yourself.
He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already.
Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump off this bridge. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content.
Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something.
I'm ushers out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed.
God damn it, I'm a doctor, not an usher.
Damn it. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going. And I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There's a garden sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and the overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made of red brick like the others. It feels way too pompous for what it is. So I push forward, going inside. Makes no sense, but okay. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. From 119. Despite the ordinary exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the ends of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls are here sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor hallways seem to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside you hear a few moments and a clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open.
Mm-hmm. This guy.
It sounds like, the first couple seconds of that sound like something from Animal... Still sounds like something from Animal Crossing. I love the music. A boy standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses.
Who is it?
Blind? No. At least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was?
Oh, jeez. He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. He's
Sayo.
the guy. I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens up in realization. He stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting almost straight up to my diaphragm.
Oh, sup, dude? The name's Kenji.
Oh. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and welcome.
There were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier.
It was probably my parents.
Your parents? Sure, because they could have been some other people, too. You can't judge a book by its cover.
This out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures.
You're a brave man, Hisao. Me, I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself.
Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while.
A wise decision.
Okay, bye.
Damn, you are smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. Never mind, it doesn't matter.
With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment, and searches the door handle and shuts the door behind him.
You're going to hate that character by the end of this.
But why? He's wearing green.
Oh, Andrew.
I know.
Poor
Don't.
innocent Andrew. You know nothing about that
Also,
character.
I'd like to point out, I'm just like in this little bubble in the corner.
Yeah.
I like leaning
Perhaps
back.
you could sit up a bit more.
Better.
Right,
I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the front of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts.
Hi, Hee-chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom, and Dad.
Dad. At least I don't have to worry about unpacking. Oh. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps me growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming, and for the entire day today too. I still think I am. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Quickly jump out the window!
Natural.
Tomorrow I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. Tomorrow. But for now, The bottle of medications neatly arranged on my table catch my eye. I pick one up and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, and then read glued on pharmacy label.
Iseo Nakai, 2 tablets daily to stay alive.
Oh! It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well.
Stop.
I wanted
fiddling
to
with my
move.
controller. Then just say something.
Why do you think I like that? It's
Well,
kind of
great way
twisted.
to not bring attention to it.
It's kind of twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. After that, I kept staring the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after the darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm, and nest-like against the chill that passes from room temperature here. Soon the light shades of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling above at night. It becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness and unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I kept drifting farther away from this world I knew.
Dead.
And
And that's the first day.
Yay.
You want to end it there for today?
How much longer is the next day?
Each day probably goes on about an hour. And it's 7 days for the first act. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's like 6 to 7 hours for the first act.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Alright.
I think every act afterwards is slightly shorter.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It depends on what character you might get.
Okay.
So yeah.
Alright. So... Okay, this was interesting. I didn't...
Yeah, it's a lot better than you
Yeah.
think it is. Well,
Oh.
you just turned it night again.
Night, day, night, day. Night, day, night, day. That's nice.
But yeah, just like in my first impressions, I thought that it would just be like a little throwaway game, one-off. You pick a girl, you like...
Your banger. With a
Yeah,
closet.
that's pretty much what I thought it was, and that was supposed to be like a joke that I made in the episode, and it's actually a lot more intricate. You haven't even met all the girls. You haven't even seen all the girls.
I like how I can cut back and just turn on music.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So yeah.
Alright, this has been a Katawa Shoujo.
Yeah,
I
the
hope you-
first episode of many, I'm sure.
Maybe.
I'd like to see which character you choose, and I hope that my choices don't affect your choice.
Well, I'm gonna probably purposely try to avoid your choices.
Just choose whatever you would choose in each situation.
Your choices just might go away after a certain point, because, like...
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Well, it depends on what choices you choose.
Yeah, if you, like... It'll get to a certain point where all the choices are completely different.
Yeah.
So,
But, like...
I won't even be able to know your choices at a certain point.
Yeah, but, like, if you start going down the same path I do, just choose whatever you think
Alright.
you would say at that point.
Alright. So, yeah. This has been Katawa Shoujo. I hope you enjoyed. As always, I have been the Kid of the Forest.
And I have been Titanic Neoteflosion. You can't see me, but hi.
There's his hand.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Dog.
Get off the
Bird! Bird! There's a bird in the